On the UCLA campus for a long-standing rivalry is Stanford and UCLA meeting for the 249th time tonight at Pauley Pavilion. Stanford and UCLA both 1-1 in Pac-12 play coming into this matchup tonight.
They've added some pieces that have really made a difference to this roster, and in particular the guy with his hands on the ball right now, Jared Bynum, the transfer from Providence. He's one of the best assist makers in the country. Played for Ed Cooley. He's got an East Coast toughness to him that brings something different to the point guard position.
And Stanford, a veteran team. Here is Bynum. Maxime Renaud, the 7-footer, is doubled, and he's tied up and will go the other way. And swept the season series last year. Jaime Jaquez had huge games in both victories against Stanford last year. Last time Stanford beat UCLA was January of 2021 in a game in Santa Cruz as the Bruins go in.
Down on the ground with a dribble.
Tough off-balance floater is short from Sebastian Mack, but cleaned up inside. The Bruins are up 4-zip, and it's a Dembona again. Left hand and the rebound at Dembona. Here come the Bruins.
Like the energy that UCLA is playing with right now at both ends of the floor. You know, their defensive numbers aren't bad. Their offense has put them in some difficult situations.
Spinning inside. There can be Uktangel, and it's 6-0 UCLA.
Going towards the bucket. That's one of the things, by the way, that Mick Carter was talking about at shoot-around today with his big. Is stop avoiding contact. Go towards the basket. Don't fade away. Be assertive.
Lazar Stefanovic. Sebastian Mack in the lane. Gets to the basket, lays it in. 10-zip Bruins. Stanford struggling to get out of the gates here. Here's Brandon Angel. James Keefe, the floater, and finally breaks the seal for Stanford. UCLA defensively tops in the Pac-12, allowing just over 62 points per game as Andrej Stojakovic.
Really good job of getting to that mid-range jump shot, getting his feet set underneath it. Good balance.
7 to shoot. Lazar Stefanovic on the pull-up and the long 2.
A late show defensively by Keefe there. Poor communication allowed that wide-open jump shot.
Andrej Stojakovic gets in the lane and gets the roll.
Just crafty. Understands, has a high basketball IQ. Understands that where's the spot that he wants to get to in order where he feels like he can elevate and finish.
All 6 points for the Cardinal coming from the bench. Dylan Andrews gets to the basket. The Bruins have made 6 consecutive shots from
Monday. And meanwhile, UCLA has yet to attempt a three-point shot.
And Stanford went 16 for 25 from 3 against Arizona.
And you continue to move and continue to try to attack the paint.
On the baseline, and the hot shooting continues.
Where you're going to use your strength and how aggressive you're going to be.
First appearance for Adai Mara, the 7'3" freshman from Spain for UCLA. Also Brandon Williams in for the Bruins as Maxime Renaud is fouled underneath. Half rebounds a game for Renaud. 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
And Caleb Love's been playing some of the best basketball that he's played really in the course of his career. In the last 3 games, averaging almost 24 points per game for Arizona.
And a foul will get Sebastian Mack to the line. In and out for Mack. Here, Paul Biancardi, ESPN's national recruiting director.
This is a good defensive team for UCLA. It's not a great defensive team. There's been better defensive teams under Mick Cronin.
And a strong take to the basket, and Sebastian Mack pulled his way inside. Andrej Stojakovic backing his way in. Finds an open Jared Bynum, who pumps, drives. Michael Jones. And finally, Stanford hits a three.
But the ball reversed twice.
Sebastian Mack gets inside. Count it and one. Somehow it got up and in for Sebastian Mack for the Bruins. Initially was ruled an and one for Sebastian Mack. The officials got together and determined the foul took place before Mack gathered and went up for the shot. Therefore, they waved it off. It was just a foul on the floor against Stanford. Sebastian Mack rolls off, and the putback inside by Brandon Williams for UCLA.
Now, the Bruins have gotten a little stagnant offensively, and some of the success they had early, Stanford's doing a better job of contesting shots around the paint.
Pull up on the baseline of the first points for the freshman Kanan Carlisle for Stanford. He had the 28-point outburst against Arizona off the bench when he hit 6 of 8 from 3 at Maples Pavilion on Sunday. And the long two rattles in. Sebastian Mack. Here's Carlisle launching a three. And he's starting to get it going now. That's 2 straight shots for Carlisle.
The problem with a guy like Carlisle is once he sees it go down, more is coming right from behind it. I mean, he gets his feet set, and you start to see him bounce a little bit, and you just know that he's feeling it.
On the drive and the finish inside by the freshman from Slovenia. Will McClendon down to 7 on the shot clock. Jan Vide, the 1-foot floater, and crashing to the deck is Carlisle, and a foul on UCLA. And Stanford is in the bonus. It's a 1-and-1 at the other end.
Is where he played and averaged 9 points per game. Played for team. You're going to get a lot of national headlines.
1 for 2. Bruins by 7. Stanford fans remember when KZ Okpala couldn't play the first fall term as a freshman for the Cardinals. That three is way off, and Spencer Jones gets leveled, and he'll go to the line at the other end. Well, something similar for Carlisle with a leg injury as well as a wrist problem early.
The action from 12-3 December 3rd until last week, and
UCLA, Sean, is doing a good job of controlling the tempo. Stanford wants to play quicker, and a Dembona off the inbound.
Fall asleep on an out-of-bounds under.
He went all the way up the ladder that time. Brandon Williams lost the handle. Here comes Kanan Carlisle for Stanford. Carlisle and one. And it rolls in, and Stanford's down 4. Stanford is fighting their way back.
And since that point in time, 5 of their last 19.
Michael Jones, and a Dembona blocks another shot, but a foul will send Michael Jones to the line for Stanford. 11 points per game on the year. In South Bend, taking on number 16
Euro mother.
And they're across town tonight, taking on USC. Will McClendon will get to the line for UCLA. It's on Kanan Carlisle, his second.
That 16 points, 5 assists in that game.
Maxime Reynaud pressured on the perimeter. 10 to shoot for Jared Bynum. Finds Maxime Reynaud inside, and the tip in from the weak side by Michael Jones.
Outstanding positioning. Great execution late in the shot clock for Stanford. Oh my goodness.
Sebastian Mack can't get it to go, and then he hits the deck hard, and a foul with 1.6 left in the half. 1 for Bona. And he'll get the bonus. And Bona hits both. 4-point Bruins lead. Spencer Jones launching from midcourt. And it's a 4-point lead for UCLA at the
meeting at the apex.
Bynum. And a long three for Jared Bynum's first points of the night. Third three for the Cardinal.
They really talked about communicating, fighting through screens, and not just giving up at contact.
Sebastian Mack gets inside. Foul on Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones was in good position, too. That was at his previous stop, but really good job of distributing the basket.
Stanford, Sean, is the close ball games. They've been in a number of tight.
Together up in Spokane. Just really poor execution down the stretch of that game.
Blew a double-digit lead in the final 5 minutes of that one in Arizona State. The Sun Devils in the Bay Area sweeping Cal and Stanford as Maxime Reynaud drops it in.
A beautiful pass by Angel, though. Just to gather himself. Bona was collapsing over, anticipating the potential block shot, and that vacated the spot and allowed Reynaud to finish.
Arizona State rallying from double-digit deficits in both games of that Bay Area sweep as Dylan Andrews with the jumper. Brandon Angel beats everybody down the floor.
Defensive transition, you've got to be able to get back. You cannot value the basketball. You overcomplicate it sometimes. You want to make the play. You see, oh, this is open. Yeah, but is the window open? If the window's not open, it's not getting there.
On the move to the basket. Ukungel missed, got it back, and then draws the foul. Missed the first 3 games to start the season.
And he's more comfortable. He overcomplicates things sometimes offensively for himself by dribble.
All the way to the basket, but the layup missed by Dylan Andrews. Hayden Carlisle from deep, and a 3, and we're tied.
Haven't attempted many.
Andrej Stojakovic in the corner, and the first lead of the night for the Stanford Cardinal.
Get to when that rush was coming, to step up, create space. He had 3 rushes for 31 yards. He's a special player that's overcome a lot over the course of his career, and boy, as he showed out. And speaking of showing out, so is that young man a couple of possessions ago.
Grip from James Keith inside.
I go to Dembona to try to get that high-low, but the pass is too far out.
And a 3 from the top, and the stroke for Berke Ukungel.
The first 3-pointer of the game for the Bruins comes with 10:41 left to go in the second half.
And just the 4th made 3 for Ukungel this season. Andrej Stojakovic gets by himself underneath.
See what happens when Stanford starts making their 3-point shots like they've had. They have 4 made 3-pointers here in the second half, 4 of 6. What happens is it starts creating the defense. It pulls them more and more away, and you become susceptible to back cuts and movement off the ball. Stojakovic, great job that last possession. And initiating that contact. Well, and shooting 17% from the floor. And that they felt they should have won that contest. And Stanford was in complete control against ASU. And their entire coaching staff says, hey, we should have won that one as well. What a finish.
Ukungel. Dembona somehow wiggled that up and in.
He just stepped underneath. Reynaud has struggled with the Dembona, and with Reynaud back in the game, I'm trying to go to Bona as often as you can if you're UCLA. Even with all the struggles offensively, it is a 3-point game, Roxy.
Hayden Carlisle draws the foul, and Will McClendon. Footwork as they get warm.
Matchup consistently enough. And
the struggles, UCLA just 3 for 18 from the floor since halftime. Entry pass, Brandon Angel from Spencer Jones. Maxime Reynaud, too strong on a 3, but there's Spencer Jones crashing in from the weak side. Benny Keeler way off on the 3, and a foul, in UCLA going for the rebound is another offensive board for Max UCLA team foul. And he'll get
in the Western Conference right now. You look at the T-Wolves up top, OKC for Stanford.
Dylan Andrews Long on a three, and a foul on Stanford going for the rebound. Spencer Jones whistled for number 2. And that will send Berke Buikdugel to the line for UCLA. Buikdugel. And one more coming. Plenty of high-stakes football to come in our January lineup. And then Monday night, the national championship game presented by AT&T.
Multiple casts. I'm surprised you and I don't have a cast for the national championship.
Farnham cast?
No, it'd be both of us. I don't need top billing.
Maxime Renaud with the left hand.
And that was great execution. Pin and seal, great entry pass. Big answer in a big moment for Stanford.
Just 7 tonight for Renaud, but he gives Stanford a 6-point lead. Dylan Andrews missing the pull-up, and Renaud pulls it down.
Now you got to be patient if you're Stanford. And no turnovers. Don't be afraid to take time off the clock. You're in absolutely no hurry.
Cutting Maxime Renaud, and he's fouled, and we'll get to the line up. 7-1 Maxime Renaud, and it falls off. He missed. 1 out of 2 for Renaud. 7-point lead for the Cardinal. They've led by as many as 8 in the second half, after trailing for the first 25-plus minutes of this one. Down by as many as 10 in the first half of this game. Buikdugel had it stripped. Benny Keeler the steal. And Stanford with the ball up 7 with 1 minute to go. At what point does UCLA start to foul? But first a timeout for Colorado. KJ Evans was fantastic in their win against USC to start conference play as Maxime Renaud gets tackled in the key. And we'll go to the line with 49.9 to go.
And again, I rhythm right now. Jackson Shelstad's making a lot of winning plays. I like winning plays. Doesn't mean they're the best NBA prospect, but boy, does it mean that you can win some games at the college level.
One more.
College basketball. You go on the road. You walk into this building. You get a win. You feel good about validating what Stanford did over the weekend against Arizona.
Lazar Stefanovic missing a 3 at a career-high 26 against Stanford, playing for Utah last year. And the kick out, the 3 from the corner, missed by Buikdugel. Adembona has it stripped. Spencer Jones fouled. And with 24.6 to go, Stanford
4 of 26 in the second.
This will be the first game that Stanford has won this season when not scoring at least 80 points. Deep 3 from Sebastian Mack. And just the second 3 of the night for the Bruins. Then a foul will send Benny Keeler to the stripe at the other end.
Is better than it's been in the last couple of seasons.
Jalen Tyson. Benny Keeler goes 1 for 2, his first point of the night. Sebastian Mack, another 3. Timeout UCLA with Brandon Angel can run the baseline. And he baseball passes it ahead for Maxime Renaud, who goes in, missed the layup. And it's run down by Cannon Carlisle, who just back it away and run out the clock.
And that gets us to Nicole and Max.
So the Stanford Cardinal overcome a 10-point deficit in the first half, and they stifle UCLA in the second half, winning 59-53.